Good evening, guys. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe in this rather interesting time. As you all know, we're doing our systemic oppression projects, and Jared Eddy, Nicholas Stefan, and I have elected to go with systemic sexism. And one aspect that we wanted to focus on was gender diversity and career development. Uh, and personally, I wanted to go and look at parents' impact on career development. Parents are a very dynamic. I should back up and say uh, the home is a very impactful part of a student's life and learning, and what they do in the future. Uh, some people grow up not having parents. Everyone has their unique situation. And but regardless of what situation you come from, the importance of parental influence upon their children's career choice is consistently important. I was raised by my grandparents, but that didn't. A lot of what they taught me influenced the direction I'm going. They taught me to make a difference, and that's why I want to be a teacher. As cliche as it may sound, but I want to make a difference in the lives of others. That's that their teaching is what influenced me. Uh, Studies show this is based off a study done in 1991 by Lawver and Jones, and a study in 1997 by McMahon and Patton. Males and females from 4 years old to 18 years old consistently present gender stereotypical perceptions of occupations and certain industries. And based on these studies, they found that parents are the ones providing the strongest influences on their children's career development through support and advice related to their own experience. Niveton in 2004 looked at this, and from what he gathered, uh, parents had a much larger influence than that of teachers, with the same sex parent being the most influential over the adolescent. Uh, Basically, the idea is one thing I underlined specifically in my notes was the assessment of ability, and a lot of that contributes into different gender assignments depending on careers. And we seem to label a certain amount of careers under each gender. Uh, but one interesting thing that I take from my childhood is that I was never influenced either way. I think I've said this before. I was never influenced in any direction towards what I want to do when I graduate high school and forward. Uh, Looking back, I think this contributes to. I said that parents give advice related to their own experiences. Whoever you look to, give usually gives advice based on their past experiences. My grandparents were raised in an agricultural community. They were both born in the late Great Depression, and going into World War II, they survived primarily on agriculture. Both of them, especially my grandmother, coming out of a family of 8 girls and 1 boy, they were primarily in the fields during the day. They missed school to be in the fields. And this neither one of them held a perspective, even though I've heard some people say agriculture is a man's job. And I was my first Halloween costume I remember was a farmer because I was a boy. Nobody else dressed up as a farmer. But that may sound ridiculous, but neither one of them held a perception to a what gender agriculture was labeled under. But and I get maybe that perhaps that influenced them to push me in the correct. I mean, push me not. It helped them not push me into a specific category of what I should do. I remember there was this young man I went to high school with. He took cosmetology. Cosmetology and home ec, when my high school had it, was a very it was labeled as a female class. But he he took cosmetology and he was bullied for it basically. And but there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what he want to do, let him do it. And that's my strategy. Let's raise our children. It starts in the home. Regardless of how you were raised, it starts there. Raise your children to be whatever they want to be, regardless of what society labels their career choice to be. That's all I have. Next, Jared will describe more in detail about systemic sexism in education alone. Thank you.